Hello, welcome. So just before we get into this video, a quick word, some exciting news. The new Professor Lovecraft story, which is called Professor Lovecraft and the Mating Call of Cthulhu, a title I'm very proud of. That's going to be out on the 1st of March for Kindle via Amazon. In the meantime, what I'm going to do in this video is I've just flipped through the songs that were #1 in the UK in January, and they were Escapism by Raye. I don't know who that is. Pointless by Lewis Capaldi. I don't know who that is. And Flowers by Miley Cyrus. And I do know who that is. That's Hannah Montana. I don't listen to new music at all, so this is going to be a new experience for me. I'm going to have a look at the lyrics, and then I might even react to the song itself. I'm just going to pick the first one, which is Escapism. It's Raye featuring 070 Snake. Is that supposed to be like, it looks like a two eyes and a nose, the 070, so perhaps it's supposed to be some sort of emoji, but I have no idea. Like I say, new music is a complete mystery to me. I am the archetypal old man yelling at clouds. These lyrics are quite explicit. It even says so on Google. It says, sleazing and teasing, I'm sitting on him. So we started subtle. Good, to start low and build up to something. All of my diamonds are dripping on him. That's a euphemism, right? There's some mental imagery you can't get out of your head. I assumed that Raye was like a bloke. My stepdad's name was Raye, so I'm like, oh, okay. I suppose it's Raye from the Star Wars films. I almost said Raye Skywalker, but that would be an inaccuracy, wouldn't it? So yeah, that was a bit of the first line was like, LGBT representation doesn't bother me at all. But then, like the diamonds, I'm going to assume that is, oh my God, it's just too gross for words, and certainly too gross for YouTube. I met him at the bar. It was 12 or something. I ordered him 2 wines because tonight I want him. So, in terms of poetry, we're not off to a good start, are we? Because we've got a quatrain there, 4 lines. All of them have the same, or all of them bar the third have the same word at the end. So it is technically called a perfect rhyme when you do that, but it's also called a bit of a rhyme if you're that unimaginative. It also feels like when you teach poetry in schools, you kind of go, work on your rhymes. Let's start with the basics, work on your rhymes. But then they get in their head, I have to rhyme every line. When you see this sort of thing, it's like this is a beginner to poetry, just sort of finding their way around. A little context, if you care to listen. I certainly do. I care to listen. I find myself in a rude word position. The man that I love sat me down last night and told me that it's over dumb decision. So what you've got there at the start is you have what I was talking about as a couplet, listen and position, rhyme. So it's a couplet. And then you've got the third line, night, which doesn't rhyme, making the top 2. But then the 4th line, dumb decision, does rhyme. So if you were marking this up as a rhyming scheme, it would be A, B, A. You would expect to see that night rhymed further in the verse, or try to have that sort of couplet, or just vary it up a little bit. But A, B, A. Like I say, if you don't then get a return to the B, starts to be a little bit like a rogue word wandering through there rather than an attempt at a rhyming scheme. And I don't want to feel how my heart is ripping. No G on the end. Urban. We're classy here. In fact, I don't want to feel, so I stick to sipping. Again, no G. So that is an attempt to listen, ripping. Not really. Position, ripping. Nope. Decision, ripping, no. So if that is an attempt to continue that rhyming scheme, not only would that be a horrible A, B, A. Yeah, that would be horrible. But it's not. It's A, B, C. Right. So, and I'm out on the town with a simple mission in my little black dress, and this rude word is sitting. So you've gone A, B, C, A, C. So at least you've got the the third line of a quatrain not rhyming with the rest of it consistent. So that's actually, relatively impressive in terms of a high school poetry. If you're going to do that where the A rhyme is the third line of the second quatrain, then in the next verse I'd want to keep that going. Keep that AA, BA, CC, AC going all the way through to show that wasn't like a one-off or a mistake, or that you are absolutely aware that ripping doesn't rhyme with mission. So just a heartbroke rude word, high heels 6-inch, in the back of a nightclub sipping champagne. Why is it always in the back of the nightclub? That was like Justin Timberlake and Jay-Z sipping champagne. I don't trust any of these rude words I'm with, but you are one of those. You said that in the first line, so it seemed like perhaps you should. I'm in the back of the taxi sniffing cocaine. So you're in the back of a lot of things, and you've got that sort of internal rhyme of sipping and sniffing, but not the end rhyme of champagne and cocaine. No, it does. Yeah, it's okay. Champagne, cocaine. Drunk calls, drunk text, drunk tears, drunk sex. I was looking for a man who was on the same page. Now it's back to the intro, back to the bar, to the Bentley, to the hotel, to my old ways. Page and ways is not a strong rhyme, but you have that assonance there. Bar, sex doesn't rhyme. So you've got inch and with at a push is an assonance, but I'm going to go with A, B, C, B, D, cocaine page, not really, E, F, a push, F, D, E again, but it's more like a G. That's a bit random. So it hasn't, it's still 2 quatrains like the verse before, but it hasn't continued that rhyme. Another thing is I'm looking for this as poetry, but as a song, I'm not spotting the chorus like a really strong sort of rhythmic part of the poem that's going to repeat. So I'm going to scan through, to be honest with you. And I like this bit actually. Excuse my state, I'm as high as your hopes. I like that. That's quite a fun phrase. It's a Prada 2-piece that I'm tripping in, and I'm already acting like a dick. Know what I mean? Is that like I know what I'm in, so it rhymes with in, or so you might as well stick it in. We've gotten classy all of a sudden in our Prada 2-piece. Right, so I think that this bit where it's like just a heartbroke rude word, high heels 6-inch in the back of the nightclub sipping champagne, that I think is the chorus, because that is repeated. Lipstick smudged like modern art. Yeah, I don't mind that either. So there is some spilling secrets to the stranger in my bed. See, some of this, if the rest of it was less crude, more interesting, might actually be quite clever. I'm not disliking this, to be honest with you. It's incredibly unsubtle, but there's still some occasional nice turns of phrases. This is way better than I thought. I thought I would really be hating this and ranting at it. I mean, the first line, sleazing and teasing, kind of sets the tone, doesn't it? In that's what you're getting here. This is like a sleazy, there's nothing classy here. This is not Walt Whitman on a good day. This is, maybe Walt Whitman would write this on a bathroom toilet, post-coitus in that toilet if he was that sort of guy. But I don't think it belongs too many other places apart from in what passes for chart music at the moment. So yeah, actually not that bad in terms of, there's some really nice turns of phrases in there, like some clearly effective understanding of poetry. Let's just have a look, because like I was talking about on that second verse, that AA, BA, CC, AC, if that's actually repeated in any other verse. I'm just not finding another 8. Sorry, I've skipped over it. So there is another 8-line verse. So I want to see AA, BA, CC, AC to just show me that was a deliberate and really smart changing round of a rhyming scheme in a quatrain. So it goes, last night really was the cherry on the cake, been some dark days lately and I'm finding it crippling. So it doesn't. But why have I got a G on crippling? when I haven't got a G on blowing, I haven't got a G on sleazing and teasing, I'm sitting on him. Why now are the G's back? Old man wants to know. Excuse my state, I must hide your hopes. That's a great line. Thank that you'll make it to my bed, get me hot and sizzling. That, again with a G. So it rhymes with crippling, but you've got A, B, C, B. So you haven't maintained that rhyming scheme. If I take a step back to see the glass half full, at least it's the Prada two-piece that I'm tripping in. And I'm already acting like a dick, know what I mean? So the G's have gone. Tripping and acting doesn't have a G. So you might as well stick it in. So that's A, B, C, B, D, E. If you rhyme mean with in, is a contrived, but E. So I'm disappointed. I wanted to see the cleverness of that, and I haven't. It's a bit of a mess in terms of any sort of consistency. But there's like such a determination to rhyme that I really wanted to see it just be a little bit smarter. So you actually got in the last verse, speeding down the highway, sipping, no G. Next line, mixing, no G. Pills with the liquor. This says car, but I assume that means can. Mixing pills with the liquor, can. F these feelings. But if you'd gone mixing pills with liquor, F this feeling, you could rhyme sipping with feelings. But as it is, you've got that extra consonant, the S on the end, so it doesn't rhyme. I don't understand the inconsistency. That's like very much a thing that you'll see in a school when you're doing poetry or English writing in general, just massive inconsistency. Like, wow, how can you spell one word right in the first line and wrong in the second? That was so much worse, but it's not usually. I'm about to do it. I'm about to listen to the song. That's just an annoying sound. It sounds like an old computer that's gone on the fritz. I'm not getting the urbanness from this girl. I think this is really put on. She seems like she's probably been to some fairly posh London school, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to do this to annoy the parents. That first sort of quatrain is kind of horrible. But now we've got a sudden change in tempo. It's picked up a lot. I don't mind this at all. This music is so much classier than the lyrics. They've done a really great job. See, if that was your chorus, that's not strong. I kind of see people, after they've heard it like 10, 20 times, would be singing that. But I think like a chorus, you want it to be, second time you've heard it, you can sing it. Like, that looks like somebody flashing a torch. That's not, like, if you're trying to make it look trippy, that's just cheap and awful. Like, every MMO I've ever played, my character has had that eye makeup. Okay, genuinely terrible life advice in there. But in terms of the song and the lyrics, like the music of it is really good. I didn't mind that at all. I'm absolutely shocked that wasn't as awful as I was hoping. It's like, this makes for a bad video because I can't sit here ranting about it, but that was quite good. The one criticism I would have is that like the chorus is not strong. It doesn't really sort of jump out. It's only repeated twice. Maybe if it was repeated again towards the end, it would help get that sort of earworm going. In terms of a singer, I think that I can see her like completely on the other side of the music industry, almost like that Fabulous Baker Boys like lounge singer as well. She just got a little bit of something about her that I think she's sort of almost a classiness, which I know goes against absolutely everything in those lyrics, but she could sort of like switch it. I think she's quite cool. The lyrics are, this is just gross for the most part. I know that there's like some commentary on that lifestyle in there in the song. It's hard to go into in YouTube. I don't want to get banned. Yeah, I'm intrigued. That doesn't make me want to listen to what's in the rest of the charts, but it's not bad at all.